Hey guys, so let me show you what I'm working on right here. I have a hobby, I like to mountain bike, and so I found this trailer called the Tout Terrain Singletrailer. It's made in Germany, it's a German company. They make a lot of bikes, but they probably have, I actually think they have the best mountain biking trailer on the market. From all the research I was able to do, it's the best one I was able to find. They recently released their newest trailer. I don't know what's so new about it besides the color scheme because I don't have a comparison to the older trailer, but the new ones are either come in a gray and black color scheme or a like teal blue and black. So I got a gray and black one. They no longer make the green one, which was the previous model. So I have the newest model and it's only literally like 3 weeks old. So let me show you kind of what I'm doing here with it. Okay, so this is the trailer. Sorry, I don't have it hooked up to my bike. It's just, I'll show you. I'll give you a better idea of what it looks like whenever it's all hooked up. But this is the problem that I ran into. And I want everybody else to kind of know about this so that you don't have the same issue that I currently am having. So, this right here is the shock that it comes with. It's a Radon Suntour 200 millimeter air suspension shock, and I gotta take this bolt off real quick. One sec. Okay, so I just had to take the bolt off and reattach it to the bracket. So the shock actually goes like this. The wheel connects right here. The back tire does. But this is what I want to show you. So right here, that little black hole. It's hard to see in here. That's where this guy goes. That's the valve for the shock to be able to blow it up. So I feel like this is a huge design flaw. So basically, this is supposed to be able to disconnect, and it does pretty easily, like that. So that basically you can kind of fold it all up for transportation, throw it in your car, you can pop the wheel off, put it inside, you can fold everything up. Cool, right? But the shock, this is the problem. Right here, where the valve goes, I can't put this valve in because this valve broke in half, but the valve was in here. What happens is when you fold this shock up, literally, there's not enough clearance, and the valve hits the bracket, and it actually bends the valve. So this valve got bent. So I was riding, literally a test ride. I was doing a test ride with this thing, and what happened, I think what happened is this part, the quick release actually came off, which I thought I had it cranked down pretty good, but I really wasn't even riding like crazy. I was just kind of going on an easy trail. This thing tipped forward and bent the valve, and I lost all the air in the shock, and the shock just went all the way flat. So I was like, great. So this thing got bent. I was trying to get this thing out. Well, I was actually trying to pump it up with my shock pump. And in so doing, it broke in half. The smaller piece got stuck inside the shock, and the bigger piece was just broken off. But luckily, I was able to get the smaller one out. So I literally have only taken this thing on like 1.5 test rides, pretty much. And the shock is unusable at the moment. You can't buy another one of these valves. Can't buy another valve. I tried to buy a RockShox valve to put in there, but the RockShox valve is too big. So I have to get it from the company. So the company I ordered it from is in the works for getting me a new valve for the shock. So that's that. All right, I did end up getting some pictures of the shock before it actually ended up crapping out on me with the valve. This right here is a close-up of what it actually looks like when it's connected to the tire in its normal form, when it's connected to that bar. There's barely any clearance there, like literally like a millimeter here. There's a closer shot right here, and as you can see, it's like almost touching, and this is just it normally attached, like just driving normal, like riding your bike around with it on. Last photo here just kind of shows kind of a more zoomed out of what it actually looks like when the shock is not even connected at all. If you look on the very end there, that the quick release is not connected to anything, and it's just resting, and it's literally resting on the valve right there. So it's hitting the frame. That, my friends, is the design flaw in this Tout Terrain Singletrailer. I didn't want to wait forever because I'm still waiting to hear back from the company if they're sending me a valve or whatnot. And it's been almost 2 weeks, and I want to use this thing because it's still summer right now and it's good riding time. So I got a Monarch, RockShox Monarch RT. I'm going to put this shock onto the terrain, on the Tout Terrain Singletrailer. We'll see if this one will have the same issue with the clearance and the valve getting stuck in the bracket. Hopefully not. Okay, so I got the RockShox on there, but I have a separate issue here. This is a little bit too much play, so the shock will be like, you know, all wobbly, and it's the same thing down here. So that's kind of an issue that I'm gonna have to fix. All right, so it's a new day. I had to stop the video last time because I didn't have the part. The part came in the mail today. It's been like 3 or 4 days, so I got new mounting bracket sleeves for the shock. If you remember, this is what the shock was looking like last time. A little bit wiggly there. So I want to put these on, and that should fix the problem here with the shock. Okay, so I got the new shock installed on here, and what do you know? Not an issue with the clearance. Here's the valve right here. It folds all the way down to that, and it just stops right there. Not a big deal. It's not bending anything. It's not hitting the bracket. It's just hitting the frame. And all the way down, it just sits there. So look at that. You can easily use a RockShox on this thing without damaging the valve. Got the new shock installed right here. No play, not wiggly whatsoever. Looks awesome. Everything looks great. It's a RockShox, which is a great shock. That's awesome.